What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, I want to speak on like Suge Knight just came out and recently made some statements, some accusations. He accused what's the guy name? Ray J. He accused Ray J for being responsible or taking part in the unaliving of Whitney Houston. He also accused the Snoop Dogg of being taking part in what happened to Tupac, right? And so this is all going viral and everything on the internet. And so I want to play the statement of what Suge Knight says, and then I'm going to react to it. And so here it go. You brag about. I stood tell you. She didn't even say your name. She just used the term that Granny's little brother bringing me drugs and doing drugs with me. Granny's little brother trying to kiss me and do drugs with me. Next thing you know, she's dead. You brag about all these phone calls recorded. You brag about. I stood tell you and told you he's a part of the people who put bread to kill Pac. That's why I say don't mention Tupac's name in none of your interviews, because you fuck with the motherfucker Snoop who said he had something to do with it. So Snoop was involved in killing hip hop best all time artist. You was involved in killing the best female vocalist that ever did, Whitney Houston. So to get your ratings to go up for love of hip hop, wherever the fuck that is, or wherever you guys gotta do to be relevant. All right, so you heard like what Suge Knight was saying, right? So Suge Knight said that Ray J was involved in what happened to Whitney Houston, and Snoop was involved with what happened to Tupac, and there was some serious allegations, some very serious allegations. But so my question now is like, why now is Suge Knight? Why now is Suge Knight coming forward with this information or these allegations, right? Not really information, but these allegations. Like, why now is Suge Knight coming forward? And so, to me, it seems like all of this stuff is orchestrated. It's all just seemed like it's orchestrated, and just because if it wasn't orchestrated, and Suge Knight was privy to this information, he wouldn't he could have used this as a get out of jail free card before he even before he went to prison. He could have used this information as leverage, so maybe somebody higher up, because this whole all of this stuff that's going on with like Puff Daddy, Suge Knight, Tupac, Biggie, all this stuff, I believe it was all orchestrated. And the thing about it is, it's not going to it's not going to go up any higher. It's not going to affect anybody that the powers to be don't want it to affect. And that's the whole thing. So it's all going to be like held within hip hop, and everybody in within hip hop is seeing things like they trying to scramble around and jockey for position and stuff like that, while the higher ups are just just playing people like puppets. And so they must really have some heavy leverage in order to for this man Suge Knight to stay in prison for as long as he's been in prison and have this type of information. You know, I always thought that when what happened to Tupac, I always thought that Suge knew more than what he was saying. You know, and the fact that Suge Knight said, he made so many statements about how much he cared for Tupac, how much he loved Tupac. And then for him to say something like this, knowing, if he knew who took part in Tupac's demise and you loved him, like it seemed like gang culture will want you to exact revenge. If that's the guy who came out and he was the number one selling artist on your label, and y'all was really as close as you say that you are, then you feel like you need to get some revenge. But that's not what happened, and so that's why I always thought that it was all orchestrated, and you can tell that it was, it was kind of orchestrated just by it happened on the Las Vegas Strip, and there's cameras and people everywhere, and then so now here we are, like years and years later, and now they just they got this guy Keefe D, and he going to court. There was a guy named Reggie Wright Jr. Now is he running scared because it seemed like some information about him is going to come out, and it's all orchestrated. Like if it was just a bunch of gangsters and a bunch of local thugs who pulled these two, who was a part of this demise, this stuff would have got solved years and years ago. It wouldn't have gotten this far. Whereas though some local gangsters would have been able to cause cause major record labels and to lose money, because you start targeting their artists. They would have been like, you know what, we're going to nip this in the bud. We're going to provide security, and we're going to make sure you don't have, like these guys were basically untouchable, you know. But that's not because you don't see people in any other genre of music. You don't see any other actors or actresses going through this kind of stuff. It's all within rap. Like why aren't people going after, like, and I'm not saying that that's what they should do, but that's how like it's all contained like within rap. And so when you hear Suge Knight after all these years in prison come forward and make these kind of statements, somebody is allowing him, somebody just gave him that get out of jail free card. Because if he had it earlier, he would have used this as leverage and he would not have even been in prison. And so I always thought that, like, again, once he started doing interviews from prison, I thought that he was, like it was like something was shifting, something was changing. Because a lot of times, people who have control, they only allow you to get your message, or get what message out that they want you to get out. And so once Suge Knight was able to talk publicly from prison, then I knew that it just became apparent, and it's obvious that they want whatever he has to say, they want that message to come out. And as an example, like right now, Puff Daddy is not Puff Daddy ain't giving no interviews, and Puff Daddy is not talking. And I know part of that is because, like, his lawyers probably advising him, don't say nothing, don't talk, right? But on the other side, you have like the prosecutor and the police department leaking, they're going back and forth with different allegations and stuff like that. So by the time Puff Daddy even get to court, like he will have been convicted in the court of public opinion because, like his lawyer is not doing anything to speak up on his behalf. But the prosecutor and all this, and the police department is leaking all this information about him. So by the time he get to court, he just looked like he's guilty, And so, and this is how they control information. This is how they control like how you are perceived in the public eye. And so with Suge Knight, all of a sudden he's coming forward with these allegations against Snoop Dogg and Ray J. And I don't know if these allegations are true or not, but just the mere fact that he's able to talk like this and to bring these up, to me, it just means that somebody has just given this guy that they just gave him the green light to speak on that, because he has, you can tell by the way he was speaking, he knew things that he wasn't talking about. So either he was a part of this situation, or somebody made it clear to him that he was not to talk. And so either way, either way, no matter what the case is, it's just let people know that you know that that entertainment business is just something. You know, if you want to go in there and you have a talent, you can rap or you can sing or you're an entertainer. You just got to be careful with the people that you're doing business with, because this business here, that business there is just a really it's a greasy and it's a greasy and it's a grimy business. So, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play it again, like what Suge Knight said. I'm gonna play it again, and I don't know. I might have to make another comment or something on it. She didn't even say your name. She just used the term that Brandy's little brother bringing me drugs and doing drugs with me. Brandy's little brother trying to kiss me and do drugs with me. Next thing you know, she's dead. You brag about all these phone calls recorded. You brag about I Snoop killed you and told you he's a part of the people who put bread to kill Pop. That's why I actually don't mention Tupac's name in one of your interviews. You fuck with the motherfucker Snoop who said he had something to do with it. So Snoop was involved in killing hip hop best all time artist. You was involved in killing the best female vocalist that ever did, Whitney Houston. So to get your ratings to go up for love and hip hop, wherever the fuck that is, or wherever you guys gotta do to be relevant, talk about that. All right. So like I said, um I just think that I don't know if these allegations that he's making are true or not. All I know is all I know is that, like, if he's aware of these things now, he probably was aware. He definitely was aware of these, when they first happened, And so even when you listen to the part where he said that, like Ray J have tapes and he have recordings of certain things, right? That's part of like the extortion type culture that goes on in that business, and that extort those types of extortion was taught to them by somebody higher up. Because like most of us, we've never heard of like we never even thought of like taping conversations or videotaping people, like what Puff Dad was being accused of, and getting people into compromising positions, so you can go back and blackmail them and stuff like that. So that's something that was taught to them, something that somebody taught them and showed them and encouraged them to do stuff like that. So these guys can go around extorting each other and extorting other people. Like I said, most people don't even think like that, to extort or to videotape people like that. And it's mighty funny, like how all these videotapes are only putting the people who, like who the powers to be, who they want to be in these type of compromising positions. And like the heads of these record labels, and I'm not even gonna mention no names, but none of these people are not ever caught on these tapes. They never caught, you know what I mean, or these recordings or in these videos or nothing like that. So that's how it's all orchestrated. You can only get who they want you to get. And if you just so happen to have a tape, which I doubt, because if they the ones who telling you, or teaching you how to extort and entrap people and get over on people and stuff like that, they're not going to be in a position where as though you can use it against them. Like the master never teach the student all of his tricks, and then so they when it comes time for them to use their tricks, or then they got you, dead to rights, and ain't nothing you can do. You can't even get the information out there. Like if say for instance, if somebody wanted to say, well, so such and such executive from this, from this record label did this or did that, that information, they would not even allow that information to see the light of day. And you can scream as loud as you want, but nobody, if they don't want nobody to hear it, nobody is hearing it. You can scream all day long, any name that they don't want you to scream, that nobody's hearing it. It just get whitewashed immediately. That's even if you get the opportunity. If they think you're gonna, so that's just a dirty game, man. That entertainment business is just a dirty game. And I'm surprised that you got guys even to this day who still playing that game, who wants to be in that game. And, just like the situation that's going on with 50 Cent and Big Meech, right? I already said, I've been said that 50 Cent knew. The minute I heard that 50 Cent called this guy a rat or a snitch, I already said that 50 Cent knew, because these allegations was even before 50 Cent paid for Big Meech's son to go to acting school. Those allegations was already out there. They were already public. Everything was already out there about the young lady. I think her name's Tammy Cohen, and the guy named Cuffy. He had been talking about this stuff from prison for years, and so that information was already out there. And so the play was set, and 50 Cent sat on that information. Allegedly, he sat on that information and just used it when it benefited him. And so, but like I said, when they play these games, everybody, and I don't think that 50 Cent realized that he is not exempt. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful with the game. You look like a genius, and you look like you're a very like you playing chess. But it's like I said, it's a dirty business, man. You look like you're playing chess at one point in time, but you can also lose this game, man. This is a game that I don't even recommend nobody really be playing, because it's cool to watch from like a content. It's not even cool to watch, but it's interesting to watch from like a content point of view, because it just gives you a perspective on life. That's it just makes you think about like some of the things, the ways you move out here. You just got to be careful with the way you move, because some people are just so conniving and so underhanded that they'll come at you with in all different types of ways. There's just so many different ways a person can be taken down and destroyed, and you have no idea, that somebody is coming at you from this angle. And yeah, so you got to be careful. And that's my take on it. Like I said, I think this guy, I think Suge Knight, somebody just dealt him that card, that get out of jail free card. And I wouldn't be surprised if they found a way to let Suge Knight out of prison really soon. And I think that's what Suge Knight is working towards. He's working towards trying to get out of prison soon. And then Suge Knight will, but see, he got to be careful though, because all right, this information he's putting out there about Snoop, and this information he's putting out there about Ray J, that that could be considered snitching. So well, I don't know how how do he get around that? So this was going to get interesting. But that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe. With that being said, don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.